reactions. What's the topic today? Look, you never know. It's DeeDeesReactions, real life reviews with a real one for sure.
The guy who's obese?
No.
Okay, why not?
I just prefer, I feel like, I mean, I know obviously I'm a little bit overweight, but I definitely want my partner to take care of themselves in that way, especially if we're getting a little bit older.
When you say take care, so I mean,
fit.
You want the guy to be fit?
Yes.
Can you tell us what your cutoff is here?
I mean, the 40% I wouldn't.
Why not? What's wrong with the 40%?
It just kind of looks unhealthy. I mean, but that's just a picture. If they looked like that and they were active, then that's a different scenario.
I'm not trying to be rude.
I know.
Your body type equivalent is probably the 40%.
Probably. I'm not denying that. I know what I look like.
Right. But you know what you look like, but you want something better than what you look like. You wouldn't accept yourself. It's essentially is what she's saying. She would not accept herself, but you expect somebody else to accept you. That's pretty much what we see in the dating pool. What we see when it comes to women versus men. Men have been, a little bit more lenient when it comes to picking women. I think a lot of men have always dated down, is what they would call it. But women today, no matter how you look, no matter how obese you are, no matter what the circumstances are when it comes to women, they still want the best of the best, but they don't want to become the best that they could be. You know what I mean? You would think that, hey, if I'm a little overweight and I'm single, I wouldn't mind getting a man that's, that match me. That's a little bit, because I get it. Maybe we could work out together. Maybe we could get it together. You know what I'm saying? But then a lot of them weren't thinking like that. They're thinking, hey, I'm a woman. I'm a 10, because that's what society has told me I am. I'm a 10. No matter if I'm 500 pounds, I'm a 10. You know what I'm saying? No matter if I'm 600 pound life, girl, I'm a 10. I'm gonna get me a fine, sexy man. I want Idris Elba, right? You be 600 pound life and you want Idris Elba, and that's okay. But I guarantee you, if a 600 pound life man said, he wanted some young, fine woman who's fit, people would be like, I know you lying. People be like, baby, I know you lying. That's why they talk about this whole idea of the fat slob sitting in his mama's basement eating Cheetos all on his fat stomach, sitting there. There's a depiction of that. A man in the basement, fat, sitting back with a little short shirt on with a fat stomach, eat Cheetos all day, talking about, he want Sierra, you know what I mean? Or he wants some young woman who probably wouldn't even look at him or give him the time of day. But when we turn it around and say a big 600 pound life woman who wants a fit man, and you wants the top percent, the man who makes all the money, 6 feet tall, this and that's not delusional. That's acceptable. Oh yeah, girl, they champion that, girl. Yeah, girl, you supposed to want the best. You should think highly of yourself. Do not settle. But the man that you're looking for, you don't think that he would be settling for you? That's the part they don't want it. They look sideways and stare like, oh well, you're hating. You hate women. You hate your mama all of a sudden because you're being logical and making sense. See, logic only applies to men. It doesn't apply to women. It applies to men. Oh, you could never, because she's got a bag and she's doing for herself. You couldn't possibly think that she would want you, but you could possibly all day think that a man of that caliber would look at you and not say, oh my God, that's not what I want. It's like a shock to their system when you say you don't measure up to the type of man that you want. It's like, oh, you're putting women down. No, I'm just being more realistic like you are when it comes to men. When you look at a man that is the type of man that you want, you don't think it's unrealistic or illogical to say that you can have that man, because you think that everything is 10 slices of bread. Now, you could think that about yourself. Hell, you should think highly of yourself, in my opinion. But if you're looking for a companionship or something from somebody else, you have to consider what they want too, right? Doesn't that just make logical sense? that if you're looking for somebody else, if you're not looking for anybody and you're happy with yourself and you're good and you're not looking, that's a totally different story. Do you love you? You don't have to worry about what somebody else is looking for because you don't want it, right? So if you're just out here living your life and you happy by yourself, more power to you. Be you, do you, love what you do. And if that's you, then this conversation does not apply to you. But if you're saying I want a man and I want the best of the best, then don't you think he will want the best of the best? Or you assuming that he should just accept you because you have a vagina, because you're a woman, that even though he works out, he takes good care of himself, he should just come take you at 400 pounds and be happy with you? No, if that's not what he wants. Now, if he's attracted to you, hey, more power to him. But if he's not, and he wants somebody that's more in shape and he's looking for a certain looking woman or a certain type of woman, that shouldn't offend you. You can want what you want, but what you want gotta want you back, right? So nobody ain't saying you can't want a certain thing. You can want what you want, but if what you want doesn't want you back, then guess what? You ain't gonna get it. And you can manifest and do all you want. If they don't want you, if every time you come across a guy that you are attracted to and he's not interested, that's telling you right there the type that you have is not interested in you. So either you go find somebody that is interested in you, or you do something to maybe make yourself more of what that guy is looking for. If you want it bad enough, that's all I'm saying. But the idea of women doing something to make themselves more appealing to the man they want is something that they don't want to accept. And I don't understand that. You want something for nothing, basically. And that doesn't make any sense. And all I'm saying is this: hey, if you know you want a certain kind of guy, figure out what it is that he wants. But we live in a society where a lot of women don't feel that they need to do anything for a man. I'm not doing anything for a man. I'm not approaching a man. I'm not losing the weight for a man. I'm not doing this for a man. Do it for yourself. Who cares who you're doing it for? Do it for yourself. Just do it. Because a lot of them aren't doing it. You're not even doing it for yourself. So just do it. Because you might get a better outcome if you do it for yourself. But if you do it for yourself and you start getting approached by the men that you want, then you get what you want, boom. The result is still the result. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's still the result. But if you're not getting the result that you want and you don't want to do anything what are we talking about? Not only externally, but internally. And then that's another thing too, the mentality. That's why I talk about mentality as well. Yeah, not just on the outside. Right, Eugene. Yeah, that too. You want emotional intelligence. You want a man who got it all together. Who don't have any, baggage, or what is it they say? Oh, he can't have any emotional damage and childhood traumas, but you haven't worked on yours either. But this just goes to show you a lot of women are looking for something that they don't even possess. You want all of this out of a man and you have not even worked on yourself, not one bit, externally or internally.